Hi, today I'm going to discuss with you on this COVID-19 antibody in human body in general population. We know there are many ways to detect this virus and to determine if you have been exposed to this virus. And the most popular method right now is detect virus genomic RNA. And if right now, this is the way to determine if you are positive for this COVID-19 or negative. Another way to see if you are exposed to this virus infection is by detect COVID-19 specific antibody. So if you have exposed to this virus, your body will going to generate an immune response to this virus, thus create antibody to this COVID-19. And the latest publication by a group from Stanford University School of Medicine and published one manuscript, and the title of the manuscript is COVID-19 antibody seroprevalence in Santa Clara County, California, and did a sera survey and to detect how many people have the antibody in the body. And based on this study, did some prediction on how is the virus in the general population. So I will include this paper, give you the link to this paper in the description of this video. And you can read it by yourself if you like. And here I just give a summary of this study, and so it's easy for you to understand. So first of all, the correct samples of 3,330, and it's a normal population, and this well-designed study, which include wide range of population in terms of age and also sex, and so make sure they have normal distribution. So the correct 3,330 and sera samples, and all these participants which have not exposed to this coronavirus infection based on the experience, and that means they didn't have any symptoms of the virus infection, and also they don't know they have exposed to this virus. So after the samples corrected, test the antibodies against this COVID-19 from the sera, and based on the test results, and they did some statistical analysis. From this study, the conclusion is that about 2.49% to 4.16% of general population are positive, and that means they have the antibody against this COVID-19. And based on this data, and predict that in this county, there are about 48,000 to 81,000 people was infected with COVID-19 in the study was carried out. So we know the confirmed case was 956 in this Santa Clara County, and compared to 48,000 to 81,000 people as predicted, and this is 50 to 85-fold lower than the number predicted by the study. And also the confirmed death was about 100. So the fatality is based on this study was just 0.12% to 0.2%. And this rate actually is very close to the fatality rate from flu influenza infection. Influenza virus fatality rate is usually around 0.1%. And because right now the general believes that the COVID-19 infection fatality rate is about 1 to 3%. And the reason is it's very clear from this study that because the many people actually already exposed or infected by this COVID-19 infection, but it's not counted. So we only count this maybe the people have severe diseases. And there are many studies already published around the world, and the antibody positive rate in Italy is around 10%, and in Germany is around 14%. In another interim study in Colorado, United States, 2%. It's pretty close to this report. So it looks like in the general population and people who are exposed to this coronavirus ranging from 2 to 14%. And so this rate is much higher than what we have right now, but because based on the current test, in the United States we have about 700,000 people tested positive for COVID-19, and based on this study and the population, general population is 2 to 4%, and take 2% for example, and United States have 300 million population, so we at least 6 million people was infected by this COVID-19 virus. And so that is and this information is very important for us regarding to, it's important for individual people and also for the policy making when and how you reopen the economy. And for individual people, I think it's a good idea to do this antibody test. And so if you are positive for this COVID-19, and that may be a good sign, and so you may already have get natural vaccination. You already have antibody against this COVID-19, and that doesn't mean you don't need to take all this precaution to try to prevent this virus infection. But it's a good sign that you already have some lines of defense against this virus. That's a good sign. And if you are negative, then you need to be more careful because you are still naive. And usually the naive population, when you expose to this virus, and there's potential that because you have any defense against this virus, that when if you are infected by this virus, then there's a chance that you may get severe illness. Another very important implication of this antibody test is that right now we are discussing about how to reopen our economy, and the best approach is that we need to have herd immunity against this COVID-19, and that means we need to have about 50% of the population have antibody, and so they have immunity against this virus. But based on the current study and all the study in the world, and the population is around about 2 to 15% of people has infected by this virus, and presume that this population have this immunity against this virus. So So we need to have much more extensive evaluation on this antibody population, and that's we need to do much more tests before we get some kind of conclusion, at least at this stage. And if some population may have already positive antibody against this virus, and that would be good sign for such group of people to start to working, and we definitely need to do more research on this antibody. And anyhow, combined antibody and all different treatment we already have, and so I think reopen the economy should be start very soon. And that's my thought for today. I wish to see you in my next video.